Happening now, Congressman Nick Langworthy honors Vietnam veteran, and Route 63 renamed SP4 George Harold Fry Memorial Highway. Plus, it's time for the newest WNY News Now movie review.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us at West New York News Now. I'm Lee Kane Jr. Those stories and more are coming up, but first, on November 9th, 2023 at 5:21 p.m., troopers from State Police Batavia responded to a collision involving a pedestrian. The investigation revealed that a westbound GMC Sierra traveling along State Route 5, driven by a 52-year-old, entered the turn lane at Batavia Stafford Town Line Road, colliding with 74-year-old James R. Eamon of Stafford, New York, while he was getting his mail. Despite prompt life-saving efforts by paramedics, Eamon was pronounced deceased at United Memorial Medical Center. The driver showed no signs of impairment or device usage during the collision. The New York State Police Collision Reconstruction Unit and Bureau of Criminal Investigation collaborated in the investigation. Well, in other news, on the evening of November 10, 2023, at approximately 7:50 p.m., Jamestown Police Department's 2nd Platoon responded to a disturbance on the east side. Shondell M. Hernandez was identified as the primary individual involved in a domestic dispute that resulted in property damage. The suspect left the scene on foot but was promptly located and taken into custody by responding officers. Hernandez, 31, was transported to Jamestown City Jail, where he is being held pending arraignment in Jamestown City Court. The charges filed against him include criminal mischief in the 3rd degree. Well, in other news, in an operation that unfolded during a traffic stop on Friday, November 4th, law enforcement officials seized narcotics and apprehended 3 individuals in the village of Westfield. Mark C. Baker, identified with a felony arrest warrant for the sale and possession of narcotics, was observed by Chautauqua County Sheriff's narcotics investigator entering a vehicle at a Main Street business. With assistance from the Village of Westfield Police Department, the vehicle was stopped on Academy Street. Baker attempted to flee but was apprehended shortly afterward. Accompanying Baker in the vehicle were Brandon Echeverria and Christopher Harding. A subsequent record check revealed an arrest warrant for petite larceny against Echeverria and a suspended driver's license for Harding. Upon searching the vehicle and the detained individuals, law enforcement discovered a substantial quantity of narcotics, including 16.48 grams of fentanyl, 13.65 grams of methamphetamine, 2 vials of testosterone, 14 amphetamine pills, a quantity of clonazepam pills, and 1 gram of ketamine. Additionally, drug paraphernalia associated with narcotics distribution and $85 in U.S. currency were seized. Christopher Harding faces charges including criminal possession of a controlled substance in the 3rd, 4th, and 2 counts in the 7th degree, aggravated unlicensed operation, and criminally using drug paraphernalia in the 2nd degree. Mark C. Baker has been charged with criminal possession of a controlled substance in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 7th degree, along with the resisting arrest. All 3 suspects were transported to the Chautauqua County Jail to undergo the centralized arraignment program. Well, in other news, David L. Lewis Jr., 39, of Jamestown, is facing multiple felony charges, including felony DWI and possession of a controlled substance after a routine traffic stop on November 12, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. Officers from the 2nd Platoon observed Lewis committing a traffic infraction at the intersection of East 6th Street and Lakeview Avenue. Upon stopping the vehicle, officers determined that Lewis was operating it while under the influence of alcohol. Subsequent investigation revealed that Lewis's driver's license had been revoked due to a prior DWI conviction within the last 10 years, elevating the current charges to felony status. A search conducted after Lewis's arrest uncovered a quantity of cocaine and controlled substance pills. Lewis was transported to the city jail where he is being held pending arraignment. His blood alcohol concentration, BAC level, was measured at 0.26%, more than triple the legal limit of 0.08%. In addition to felony DWI and the aggravated charge, Lewis faces charges of felony aggravated unlicensed operation in the 1st degree and criminal possession of a controlled substance in the 7th degree, 2 counts. Several other traffic infractions were also noted during the traffic stop. As WNY News Now continues, Congressman Langworthy honors a Vietnam veteran. And later, the mesmerizing performance of the Bayadere at Kappa Theater chronicles the Devadasi lineage. Stay with us as WNY News Now. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you. slow down and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights. Vests.
Please, give us some room.
Slow down. Slow down and move over.
When you need help,
It's our job
To help you.
to save you.
despite the danger.
this danger.
This danger is real. Do your part.
Please.
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
Move over.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Last week, Congressman Nick Langworthy, who represents New York's 23rd Congressional District, honored Vietnam veteran and Clarence firefighter Walter Beachy in a speech on the House floor.
Madam Speaker, I rise to honor Vietnam veteran and Clarence, New York resident Walter Beachy. For most of his life, Walt has been dedicated to serving our country and our community. In 1965, he answered the call to serve our nation, and he spent 18 months as a radio operator in Vietnam. But his service didn't stop when he made it back home. Instead, he joined the Clarence Fire Department, where he continued to exemplify the qualities that make him a hero in the truest sense. As a firefighter, Walt put his life on the line once again. He has gone above and beyond the call to serve, and we owe him a debt of gratitude that can never fully be repaid. Walt is facing his next battle, as he's been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. When we support veterans' health care in this body, he is the kind of hero that we're helping. Our nation is praying for you, Walt, and we're grateful for your remarkable contributions to our great nation, to Western New York, and to the town of Clarence. And Madam Speaker, I yield back.
Well, in other news, in a spellbinding display of cultural storytelling, the Bayadere unfolded on November 2nd, 2023 at the Kappa Theater located inside the esteemed Robert H. Jackson Center. Presented by Sukanya Burman Dance, the performance skillfully depicted the lives of 3 women across distinct historical periods, all sharing the unique connection of the Devadasi lineage. The narrative, expertly woven through pre-colonial, colonial, and post-colonial eras, served as a natural visual storytelling device. This approach not only held the audience captive, but also effectively communicated the story to each individual, allowing them to experience the performance from their own perspective. The genius behind the concept and choreography was Sukanya Burman, who not only conceived the idea, but also graced the stage as a cast member alongside Laura Becker, Destiny Hernandez-Diaz, Grace Larson, and Gayatri Subrian. The seamless coordination and execution by the entire cast contributed to the overall memorizing experience, leaving audience members with nothing but rave reviews.
You mean the show that we just saw was incredible. The dancing was beautiful, the story was moving and educational. I learned a lot and I cried, so it was beautiful.
Definitely a must-see. There are things that you learn that probably we've never thought about before, but it's very moving. It will move you.
It was fantastic. I think the arc was well executed in terms of where it began and how it was threaded through to really tie it all up in a tight fabric by the end. It all made sense. None of it felt arbitrary or didn't fit anywhere. It all kind of followed, it all had a very visible sequence to how it played out.
It was absolutely fantastic. The talent in this area is unequaled. It's as good as anything I've ever seen in Buffalo, and it was just amazing. It was well worth it. I recommend the next show they do, everybody should come on there.
The heart of the performance lies in its exploration of the Devadasi lineage. Bayadere, translating to dancer, unfolds the tale of female artists known as Devadasis. These women devoted their lives to performing ritualistic dances in service of temples for the entirety of their mortal existence. The performance delved into the essence of this ancient practice, offering a glimpse into the lives of these devoted artists across different historical epochs. Notably, the projects received support from the New York State Council of Arts through the Support for Individual Artists grant. Additionally, it is fiscally sponsored by Arts Services Incorporated, WNY, underscoring the significance and cultural value of the performance. Audience members were transported through time, experiencing the trials, triumphs, and cultural shifts of the Devadasi lineage. The evocative storytelling, complemented by the expressive choreography, ensured that the essence of each era was captured with authenticity and grace. The cultural immersion provided by the Bayadir was not just a performance, it was a profound journey through time and tradition. Sukanya Burman dance succeeded not only in entertaining, but also in educating the audience about the rich cultural heritage of the Devadasi lineage.
So I think in the West we have a lot of misconception, and there's a perception problem of what Indian classical dance is. There's a lot of exotification, there's a lot of misrepresentation in the Western art forms, specifically dance and ballet. So my goal was to shed light on the history of the temple dance, how it started, where it was pre-colonial times and the colonial times, and then the post-colonial times right now in like the current world stage. I got funded through the New York State Council of the Arts to do a project, research the work, and then present it, and this was the product of it.
The performance served as a bridge between past and present, fostering a deep appreciation for the artistry and dedication of these female dancers. Well, in other news, in conjunction with the nation's celebration of Veterans Day, State Senator George Borrello announced that Governor Hochul has signed into law a measure renaming Route 63 in the town of Pavilion as the SP4 George Harold Fry Memorial Highway. Legislation marking the designation was sponsored by Senator Borrello and Assemblyman Stephen Hawley. U.S. Army Specialist 4 George Harold Fry, a native of Pavilion, was killed in action on July 11, 1969, along with 20 other members of the 506th Infantry during combat on Hill 996 in the Chao Valley of Vietnam. Specialist Fry's actions that day are credited with saving the lives of many other members of his unit. He was posthumously awarded the Silver Star and the Bronze Star. Specialist Fry gave his life defending his brothers in arms, Senator Borrello said. He's a decorated war hero who served his country with honor and distinction. Dedicating this highway in his name is one small way we can honor the courage, dedication, and ultimate sacrifice of this American hero. Assemblyman Hawley said for generations to come, the SP4 George Harold Fry Memorial Highway will stand as a testament to Specialist Fry's heroism and commitment to his country and freedom. As an Army veteran and member of the Veterans Affairs Committee, I was honored to sponsor this proposal recognizing one of Western New York's most valiant, Specialist George Harold Fry. It's fitting that this highway is being memorialized at the same time we're remembering those who served on Veterans Day, Assemblyman Hawley said. Specialist Fry served with D Company, 1st Battalion, 506th Infantry, 101st Airborne Division of the U.S. Army. As an RTO, radio telephone operator, it was his duty to maintain radio contact between his unit, other platoons, and battalion command. After 2 fellow RTOs were killed early in the assault on July 11, Specialist Fry left the safety of cover to re-establish communication between platoons during the battle, placing himself in jeopardy. Specialist Fry's actions enabled his commanding officer to call in artillery support, coordinate the U.S. counter-assault, and evacuate the wounded. Continuously under fire, Specialist Fry kept transmitting until he too was shot and killed. His company suffered more than 50% casualties. Survivors said were it not for Specialist Fry, many more U.S. troops would have been killed or wounded. For gallantry in action on July 11, 1969, Specialist Fry received the Silver Star Medal. He also received the Bronze Star Medal for outstanding meritorious service in connection with ground operations against a hostile force during the period of October 22, 1968 to July 11, 1969. Additionally, he received the Presidential Unit Citation for Operation Snow for the period of May 10th through May 21st, 1969 in the Chao Valley. For generations, many of our region's finest and bravest young men and women have found their calling in military service and safeguarding the liberties we cherish, Senator Borrello said. Specialist Fry was one of those patriots. Naming this highway in his honor commemorates his courageous service to our country and reminds us of the immense contributions America's veterans have made for us all. I want to thank Assemblyman Hawley for sponsoring this legislation in the Assembly and Governor Hochul for signing the bill to honor Specialist Fry, who gave his life for our freedom. Well, coming up next, historic 5-year collaboration between SUNY and the University of Puerto Rico. But first, we return with a look at our full weather forecast.
Catch your first defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Right here, baby.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense weather.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. The past few nights, the overnight lows have been quite chilly. Saturday night into Sunday, the overnight low at the Jamestown Airport was 27 degrees, and last night's low into early this morning, the overnight low was 29 degrees. That's what you get when you have clear skies across the region. That allows the temperatures to drop like a rock during the overnight hours. Speaking of temperatures, the NOAA 8 to 14 day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, which spans November 20th through November 26 and includes Thanksgiving Day, continues to favor slightly above average temperatures across western New York and northwestern Pennsylvania over the next 8 to 14 days, but there's some indication as we head towards the end of the month of November, it looks like things might start to turn quite chilly across the region. But over the next 8 to 14 days, we're going to be seeing slightly above average temperatures according to the Climate Prediction Center. The almanac for today made it to a high of 44 degrees yesterday in the city of Jamestown. Our low was 27. The records for today, 69 set back in 2012. The record low of 14 set back in 1986. So here's future scan through the overnight hours. Mostly clear skies through the evening hours. A weak cold front will begin to drop through the region overnight tonight. Not a lot of moisture associated with that cold front, so just an increasing cloud cover, maybe an isolated shower across the southern tier. Tomorrow we start the day off with some clouds across the region, but those clouds will quickly scatter out through the afternoon. We should go mostly sunny skies through the afternoon hours tomorrow as high pressure begins to build back into the region. And then we'll call tomorrow night into Wednesday partly to mostly cloudy across the region with more dry weather and sunny weather expected for both Wednesday and Thursday. Your forecast for tomorrow then in full detail. Early clouds gives away to PM mostly sunny skies. Temperatures tomorrow range from the upper 40s to the low to mid 50s with a northwest wind of 8 to 12 miles per hour. But take a look at that sunset. We're now setting the sun before 5 p.m. as tomorrow's sunset will be at 4:57 p.m. The rest of that 7-day outlook from Ultimate Solutions. So we stay dry across the region through Thursday. A cold front will begin to cross the region sometime later Friday afternoon. That's going to bring with it a period of rain showers and also cool off the temperatures. Wednesday and Thursday we're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, maybe even a couple lower 60s in some areas, and then we're cooling off for the weekend with temperatures back down in the 40s and a chance for some light lake effect rain showers both Saturday and Sunday.
Andrew, thank you. Governor Kathy Hochul announced a significant milestone in educational collaboration during the 2023 Somos Puerto Rico Conference.
Buenos dias. Yeah. Well, so happy to be back here in Puerto Rico. I just arrived a short time ago, but there's no place I'd rather be.
The State University of New York Chancellor John B. King Jr. and University of Puerto Rico Vice President of Academic Affairs and Research, Dr. Oreste Casada, represented President Luis A. Ferrar Delgado in signing a 5-year partnership between SUNY and UPR. This historic agreement builds upon the foundation laid in 2018 and emphasizes joint efforts in areas critical to both regions. The collaboration encompasses a wide range of shared priorities, including student success and support, collaborative scientific research, disaster management and resilience studies, sustainability initiatives with a focus on renewable energy, faculty and student mobility, dual diploma programs, applied and service learning opportunities, and advanced manufacturing. Governor Hochul expressed the significance of this partnership, stating, "This historic partnership between SUNY and the University of Puerto Rico is a testament to our shared vision for student success and civic engagement. The inextricable link between New York and Puerto Rico is grounded in the stories of young people, and today's announcement affirms our commitment to the next generation of leaders." The signing ceremony included University at Albany President Javidan Rodriguez, SUNY ESF President Joni Mahoney, and SUNY ESF students Eva Sedaris and Isabel Valentin, as well as UPR students Angel Rodriguez and Daniel Fernandez. These representatives from key institutions highlighted the inclusivity and collaborative spirit underlying the agreement. Specifically, the campuses of University at Albany, SUNY ESF, and SUNY New Paltz are expected to explore collaboration opportunities in environmental, weather, and mental health research. This reflects the commitment to addressing critical issues facing both New York, Puerto Rico, and the wider Caribbean region. SUNY ESF and UPR are set to collaborate on joint academic and research programs focusing on environmental justice, sustainability, and climate change. This partnership aims to create expanded opportunities for faculty, students, staff, and researchers with a focus on promoting student success and support, disaster management and mitigation studies, and enhanced applied and service learning opportunities. Providing context to the collaboration, the University of Puerto Rico is highlighted as the main public university system in Puerto Rico, consisting of 11 campuses with approximately 45,000 students and 4,500 faculty members. The State University of New York, celebrating its 75th anniversary, is recognized as the largest comprehensive higher education system in the United States, serving over 1.4 million students across 64 colleges and universities. SUNY plays a crucial role in academic research in New York, with research expenditures reaching nearly $1.1 billion in fiscal year 2022. Well, coming up next, it's time for the newest Western New York News Now movie review.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
If you want to speak truth to the masses, make it funny for the classes.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza. Yes.
Make a plan today.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
In collaboration with Lakewood Cinema 8, it's time for the newest Western New York News Now movie review. This week's review is on the newest MCU film, The Marvels. For those unaware, The Marvels focuses on Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, and Monica Rambeau, who find their powers intertwined after encountering tears in the space-time continuum caused by Dar-Ben, the new leader of the Kree who seeks revenge on Captain Marvel for destabilizing the Kree Empire. The trio must work together to stop Dar-Ben and stabilize the space-time continuum. I personally enjoyed The Marvels. I had heard that it was really underperforming at the box office, so I was a bit worried about the quality, but I have to say that in my opinion, The Marvels was a much better movie than its box office performance might suggest. That's not to say that the movie was without its flaws. The humor was a little hit or miss for me in some places. The villain felt kind of one note and forgettable, and there's a bit of a lull once the film transitions into the second act. But I don't think that any of these really dragged the movie down into bad territory. And one of the biggest concerns that I had was that viewers wouldn't be able to understand what was going on without watching both WandaVision and Ms. Marvel on Disney Plus first. However, I would definitely say if that's your hang-up, don't worry, as you should follow along just fine, even if you haven't seen them. I myself didn't watch Ms. Marvel, and I haven't watched WandaVision since it came out almost 3 years ago, so I don't really remember Monica Rambeau that well, but I think the movie did a great job bringing viewers up to speed. And I think the movie had some really good things going for it. The runtime's just an hour and 45 minutes, which is a breath of fresh air. The movie's concise, and while there are slower moments, it never feels like it's dragging on. The quantum entanglement between the trio allowed for some really unique and creative fight choreography, which made the action scenes engaging even if the antagonist wasn't very compelling. And the chemistry between Brie Larson, Teyana Paris, and Ayman Vellani cannot be overstated. Their characters all brought something different to the table, and they just synergized very well together. Vellani in particular felt like a standout to me. All in all, I think that The Marvels was a decent watch and much better than people might be expecting it to be. It's not the best of the MCU, but it was definitely an enjoyable watch. If I had to compare it to other MCU films from this year, I would say that while it doesn't stack up to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, it stands head and shoulders above Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And while I was at the theater, I managed to get a review from another moviegoer. So, what did you think of the movie?
Despite what people were saying online about being pretty mid, I think it was pretty fucking fire. The scene with the cats was fucking hilarious. I was cackling the entire time, man. A couple theories me and my buddies had going on about, you know, how the whole multiverse thing is going to take place. One of our theories got nailed down, and then I'm going to have to break the news to a couple of my friends. So, yeah, that's gonna be a fun debate.
Absolutely.
Definitely not one of my favorite ones, though. Some of it was a little bit weak during the middle, but that's to be expected with the Marvel movie. Definitely wouldn't go and see it again, but I'm probably gonna get it or see it on Disney Plus when it comes out on there.
Awesome. Did you have a favorite part or anything that you can think of?
Yeah, the part where they went to the planet where they were all singing, that had me cackling, and then like I said, the part with the cats was pretty funny. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so do you have anything else you want to say about it?
No, not really. This was the movie I was gonna go see for the month. Yeah, it was pretty good though.
If you like what you hear, be sure to check out The Marvels while it's still in theaters. It's currently playing at both the Lakewood Cinema 8 on Fairmount Avenue in Lakewood and the Warren Mall Cinema on Market Street in Warren, Pennsylvania. Well, that's going to be it for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. You can download it today for free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We're also on Channel 716 on Roku and at channel716.com. Thank you for watching.